Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. What I'm going to be making today is a tasty apple crumble pie. Now today I'm making this apple crumble pie with some of the local apples that I got just recently, and I've been keeping them in my fridge so I could make lots of delicious things. Of course, we'll share those with you. If this recipe interests you and you can't wait to make one, stick around and let's get started. So what I did here in advance is peel the skin off of these tiny little apples. Now with some Macintosh, I got a couple of Granny Smith ones. I think my favorite would be the Macintosh Air right now for this pie. And what I did is put it in a small bowl of water with 2 teaspoonfuls of lemon juice and a half a teaspoonful of sea salt. Now I'm going to drain this off, and this is to keep it from going brown, and it's only just cut in small wedges like this, about 5 cups. So pretty much all you need to do is just drain the water off of your apples. Now you use the apples that you enjoy eating, because that's what these recipes are all about. We're going to add into it, that's 2 tablespoonfuls of all-purpose flour of choice, half a cup of packed brown sugar, just toss that over there, 1 teaspoonful of fresh or ground ginger, half a teaspoonful of cloves, half a teaspoonful of nutmeg, and 1/2 teaspoonfuls of cinnamon. And on top of this, I'm going to have the recipe available for you at the bottom of this link if my anything is not the same, the recipe and what I'm saying, because sometimes I rattle on Aaron and then not realize what I'm saying. But anywho, this is what you need there. Just toss it together, and that's all you need to do with that. It smells absolutely amazing in here with all of those spices. Now if you want to keep your peels on your apples and you like making it that way, absolutely you do that. Again, what apple you like to use. For us here today, we're going to try to use up all of those little apples we were gifted, because they are absolutely delicious and they're all different types. And of course, it makes it more affordable than when you got them picked from your local trees. So I'm going to set this aside, and what we're going to do next is make a pie crust. This recipe is going to give you 2 pie crusts, and I'll show you what to do with the other one if you're not going to be making 2 pies. And very simple recipe. If you don't want to make it yourself, you can store buy it, of course, but I do recommend that you try this recipe. It's a tasty one. So now I'll tell you the ingredients. So this is pretty much the pie crust that I make pretty much for all of my pies, unless there's a special one that we're going to be making. So that's 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoonful of sea salt or salt of choice, and half a cup of coal butter. And if you don't have butter, you could use coal margarine. And toss that in there together. So pretty much all I'm going to do now is incorporate the butter in with the flour and the salt until it's broken into little chunks. You could do this by hand with your mixing hook, or of course a pastry press. So just do that first, and then I'll show you what we'll do next. And then we're going to gradually toss in there half a cup of cold water. Like I was saying, this is pretty much my standard pie crust that I'd make for pretty much all my pies, except for a few special ones we got on there. We got a grandma's rhubarb pie, a viewer's family recipe, and that one is done with shortening. So you got lots of different choices, of course, if you want to use your mom's favorite pie crust for this recipe as well. So that's all you need to do there. So what I'm going to do now is move this sleeve and pour my pastry out onto my butcher block. And we're just going to work that together just by folding it in till it's all incorporated and put into a bowl. That's all you need to do there. Just form the dough into a little log. We're going to dust the counter a little more, and I'm going to half it because I only need half of this dough, but I'm going to show you what to do with the other half if you're not making two pies here today, because this recipe is for one pie, but I always like to make an extra pie crust for, I call it my rainy day pie, because if I don't want to make a crust, I just got one available, and I'll talk about that one now. So pretty much what I mean by that is you will get yourself a piece of parchment paper. Take the dough and put on top like this. Roll it out to the size of your pie pan. That's what that one is. Then you're going to fold it down and roll it, and this is your rainy day pie crust. And you put it in the freezer. Wrap it in a bit of clear wrap as well, just a little sleeve. Fold it over like this and roll it in. And that's it. Freeze it until you're ready for it. I call it my rainy day pie. So now back to my pie crust for the one I'm making. Now if you like, you could make your pie crust first and just keep it in the round log and wrap it in saran wrap, clear wrap, and put it in the fridge for about half an hour. Just let the butter cool again, and that would help make for a flaky crust as well. But if you don't have time for that and you're making it, you're doing it all at once, you're still fine as well. So roll it out just thin enough to fit into the pan you're using. So right now I'm going to put my pie crust on, and then I'll show you what I'll do with the sides. So this is just the average size pie pan. So the sides, instead of cutting off all of that, pretty much all you're going to do is bring it up, put your 4 fingers together, pinch it, bring it up, pinch it, and go around and do it all around the sides. So you're just kind of tucking it in, pinching it, and continuing on like that. So pretty much you're going right around your pie, pulling in the extra dough, pastry of course, and making the sides. Some may be a little less than others. Just push in on your dough and pull it up over, and that's all you need to do there. So you're just going to poke the fork just to open up the pie a little, the pie crust, and then you're going to sprinkle about a teaspoonful of oatmeal at the bottom, and this will collect any of the juice that's coming from these apples and not make the crust soggy. And I'm just going to toss this a little more and put it right into the pan. Take all the juices as well. Now what we're going to do is make our crumble mixture. So what that would be is 1 cup of all-purpose flour. We got 1 cup of finely cut roll oats, or I guess whatever kind you would like, and half a cup of packed brown sugar, and 2 tablespoonfuls of butter or margarine, and just work that together. After you've mixed all that together, now you're going to sprinkle it over the top of those delicious apples. We got them all seasoned there with the cinnamon, cloves, and we got nutmeg. Smells amazing in there. So you're just going to spread it out evenly like that, and that's all you need to do there. So now comes the fun part. Well, next to eating it, of course, we're going to put this in a 350 degree preheated oven. and we're going to bake it anywhere from 35 to 40 minutes, or depending on your oven, of course. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's baked. Our tasty apple crumble pie is baked. I got them here in front of me. What I'm going to do now is make a tasty caramel sauce, a quick caramel sauce you can do in the microwave, and then we're going to cut into that pie. I got about 2 tablespoonfuls of melted butter here and half a cup of brown sugar. So, and the melted butter I just done in the microwave just to melt it down, warm it up. So you're just going to mix this in like that. Toss in there 1 tablespoonful or a teaspoonful of vanilla, and then slowly mix in about 1/4 cup of room temperature milk or cream. Just slowly whisk it in. So just slowly whisk it in. I'm kind of making a little bit of a mess here, but you got the idea. We've shared this one before, maybe a little bit more with our blueberry duff. So you may not need a full or a quarter of a cup, a full quarter of a cup I should say. Just put in, judge what you want, just to the consistency that you like, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So pretty much all you need to do now is just drizzle a little small amount of it over the top. I've mainly got this here for servings, to put over each individual serving, but that looks nice as well. And then now I'm going to cut into it. It's still quite hot. If you want for it to come to a bit of a room temperature, you can. If you can't wait, like myself and Raymond, oh my goodness, we can't wait.
Tell the stories on the center.
You could never wait for dessert, eh, Raymond? No. We can almost have dessert first here in our place, because it just makes sense.
Or any time of the day.
Or any time of the day, yes. As I cut the piece of pie bigger than my flat spatula here, but let me just see if I can get this up without ruining this piece of pie. Just one moment. Here it is. I don't know if you can see it. So, well, I'm going to say so delicious. I'm going to put it here on my plate. I'm going to turn this one around, and I'm going to drizzle some more sauce over this one. So now I'm just going to put some more, of course, that delicious caramel sauce over my apple crumble pie, and a little dollop of the thick cream. Now if you can't get thick cream, which we get it here in Newfoundland and Labrador, we get Carnation, we get Fussels, we get this old Dutch or Dutch baby. There's different kinds you can get. It doesn't matter, whichever one you want. Now I'm going to have a little taste. I know Raymond is over there waiting for this as well, but you know, he'll wait his turn. He will.
It's only another couple of minutes and the show is done. So.
Oh my goodie, Raymond. 2 thumbs up, of course, by myself. Raymond will give his after.
I would have to say drop the fork, delicious.
Well, that as well, of course. You know, the taste of those local apples, the tartness of them mixed with all of those spices, drizzled then with the caramel sauce, which that's optional. You don't need to use that. If you don't want to, you could put over whatever you like to. If you don't have the thick cream, use whipping cream or ice cream. All of it will be delicious. So I can't wait for you to make it. I hope you're excited now to get in that kitchen and make this recipe. You know, we were talking about all of the local apples this year. It's lots. We're even seeing trees that is not even owned by anyone, I don't think, or in a garden that's been abandoned, because like they're just full, and there's only so many I can pick. So I urge everybody out there that if you got apple trees, pick them. Store them in boxes, keep them for whenever you're going to need them, because you can make so many delicious recipes with those little apples. So of course we'll share a few of those with you. Also, this recipe will be posted in under this video, and that'll be a link. See more You can hit the link and it'll open, or an arrow. Whichever way, just get in there, get that recipe. And as well, we'll share that recipe with you on our Facebook page, as well on our website, www.bonitaskitchen.com, and send me a message on our email at bonitaskitchen@gmail.com if you can't find it in any of those places. And don't forget to wrap up that second pastry, put it in your freezer until you need it. I call it a rainy day pastry. I'm going to get there now, cut Raymond up a piece of that pie and give him a cup of that tea to have with it, and we'll sit and relax. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for stopping by here today. We know your time is precious, and we thank each and every one of you for spending a little bit of it with us. On behalf of myself, Raymond, and our team here at Bonita's Kitchen, and from our kitchen to yours, you have a wonderful day. If you're here in Newfoundland and Labrador, don't forget to visit beautiful Bay Roberts and join us again on Bonita's Kitchen.
Join us by the sea, a journey in culinary, always an open door. Bonita's Kitchen to yours.